Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, how are you? How has your week been? So today we are going to be doing another part 2 to a series I started on this channel like about 6 months ago, which is cleaning out my Goodreads TBR, because ideally I would like my TBR to be full of books that I actually want to read. However, I have a lot of books on there that I probably haven't even thought about since I added them on there and probably wouldn't enjoy reading now. I just went back and watched the first video for this, and at the end of that video, I had 403 books on my want to read list on Goodreads. Today, 6 months later, I have 470 books on my Goodreads TBR. So we're just gonna try to get through as many as we can, as quickly as we can. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I have heard that one, she makes a deal with the devil. My faith is very important to me, and I don't want to be filling my head with the devil and demons because I want to protect my heart, and that is one surefire way to not do that. So, okay, the next two books are Narnia, and I do want to eventually read all of those books. So we're gonna leave those. Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. The Owens sisters confront the challenges of life and love. For more than 200 years, the Owens women have been blamed for everything that has gone wrong in their Massachusetts town. I don't know, that just sounds boring. Ivy by Willa Nash. Can you keep a secret? Ashton University is teeming with prestigious and wealthy students, but the currency on campus isn't their millions, it's their secrets. It's a contemporary romance thriller. Okay, oh, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. That sounds pretty interesting. I'll leave that one. A House Between Earth and the Moon. A Scientist in Outer Space. Just from a brief look, it's kind of giving Interstellar vibes. No, don't feel like it. Bookish and the Beast, which is the third in a series by Ashley Poston. I'm gonna delete it just because it's the third in the series. Dreamtown by David Baldacci, that's the third in the series. The Serious Kiss, oh my gosh. I remember reading this as a kid, and I remember which library I got it from. I want to reread this book. Is it gonna probably be so much more cringy than I remember it being? Yeah, probably. Look at this cover. A chihuahua with a kiss mark on its face. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I really want to get into Riley Sager's writing. I haven't read any books by him. This was a nominee for the Best Mystery Thriller of 2019 on Goodreads. No visitors, no nights sent away from the apartment, no disturbing the other residents, all of whom are rich or famous or both. These are the only rules for Jules Larson's new job as an apartment sitter at the Bartholomew, one of Manhattan's most high-profile mysterious buildings. Ooh, I really want to read some of Riley Sager's books. Maybe I'll finally get into some of his around Halloween time this year. Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I want to get into her writing as well. I want to get more into thrillers. I haven't really read that many thrillers, just because I haven't really read that many that I thought were good. Things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Right for a long time. When Adam and Amelia went a weekend away to Scotland might be just what their marriage needs. They both know this weekend will make or break their marriage, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. Oh, that sounds quite good actually. The Hand on the Wall, Truly Devious series. I own that book, so I'm not taking it off. The 620 Man by David Baldacci. I bet I'm just gonna take this off because I haven't read any David Baldacci.
I don't care.
Beauty and the Baller. An NFL quarterback turned small town coach. Nah. That title alone is just kind of cringy. Greenwich Park by Catherine Faulkner. See, now we're getting into the books that I just applied for the Goodreads giveaway for. Helen's Idyllic Life. Handsome architect husband, gorgeous Victorian house. I want to live in a Victorian house. Victorian house. Can I speak? Oh, yeah. I have so many thrillers that I want to read, so I don't need ones that I'm not really interested in. The Quarterback and the Ballerina. No. You couldn't think of anything more interesting to name your book? The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. Suspense. A couple take in an abandoned child. The child only likes the husband because he was the one who found her. Sounds like the child might be haunted. No, I don't care. We Were Never Here by Andrea Bartz. Another thriller. In the Mountains of Chile. Oh. Someone's Killed in Self-Defense. No, I don't care. How many times am I gonna say that in this video? That I just don't care about this book. Booked on a Feeling, the third book in the Sweet Mess series. Long Shadows by David Baldacci, 7th in the Amos Decker series. I'm gonna delete every book that's not the first in a series unless it is a book that I have on my physical TBR. The Last Flight by Julie Clark. Julie Clark has a perfect life. In Claire's effort to vanish, she switches plane tickets with a girl named Eva, and they were gonna use those swapped tickets as a head start on like new lives. But then the plane that Claire was supposed to be on goes down, and so now Eva's dead. And so now Claire is presumed dead. No, I don't care. In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. So this girl, she loves her life, goes to sleep. She wakes up 5 years later, 5 years in the future, she's married, she's with a different guy in a different apartment. Oh, that sounds interesting actually. Where the Crawdad Sings by Delia Owens. Gonna leave that one. Gifted by Cora Greenwood. Okay, so this is dystopian. 400 years after humanity nearly wiped out the earth. I don't know. It basically just sounds like a knockoff of Divergent. The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. Also, it kind of sounds like Clue. Evelyn Hardcastle will die every day until Aiden Bishop can identify her killer and break the cycle. But every time the day begins, Aiden wakes up in the body of a different guest. That sounds kind of interesting. We'll leave that one. The American Roommate Experiment. I have read the first one in this series. However, I don't see myself reading The American Roommate Experiment, so we're gonna delete that. The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. That's a book that I loved as a kid, and I really want to reread that. It's like very much Knives Out Inheritance Games vibe. Wow, I did not realize the book was first published in 1978. I didn't realize it was that old. I love that book so much. The Immortal 10, the definitive account of this 1927 tragedy by Todd Copeland. The Immortal 10 actually is a part of my alma mater, my university's history, so I do really want to read that book. The Immortal 10, they were part of the Baylor basketball team. They were on their way to go play at the University of Texas when their bus was hit by a train, and the Immortal 10 are the 10 players who died. And this accident, I believe, was what spurred the creation of like train overpasses. So I'd really like to learn a little bit more about that. The Silent Patient. I have to read that book. It's on my physical TBR. It's been on my physical TBR for a long time, and I need to read it. The Interview by C.M. Iwan. It's 5 p.m. on a Friday. You've been called to interview for your dream job in a stunning office 13 floors above the city. Everyone else has gone home for the weekend. The interview gets more and more disturbing. You're feeling scared. That sounds like it was written on a Reddit thread. The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I really want to read more of Sarah Adams' books. The Royal We by Heather Cox. A girl goes to Oxford and she's living down the hall from the Prince of Great Britain. On the eve of the wedding of the century, Bex is faced with whether everything she sacrificed for love, her career, her home, her family, maybe even herself, will have been for nothing. That sounds like my kind of book. Okay, Meet Cute by Helena Hunting. On her first day of law school, Caitlin ran quite literally into the actor she crushed on as a teenager. They become friends, then he betrays her. I'm sure there will be so many other rom-coms that I want to read. Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers. That one's actually on my summer TBR, so gonna leave that one. Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. This cover looks almost pretty close to The Interview, the one I just deleted. Jack and Grace. He.S. looks and wealth. He's an attorney, she's a homemaker. Masterful gardener and cook, that's what I want to be. That's what my dream job is. You'd like to get to know Grace better, but it's difficult because you realize Jack and Grace are inseparable. Some might call this true love, others might wonder why Grace never answers the phone, or why she can never meet for coffee even though she doesn't work, how she can cook such elaborate meals but remain so slim, or why she never seems to take anything with her when she leaves the house, not even a pen, or why there are such high security metal shutters on all of the downstairs windows. Some might wonder what's really going on once the dinner party is over and the front door has closed. That sounds Quite intriguing. I'm gonna leave that one. Noble Beginnings, the first book in the Jack Noble series by L.T. Ryan. This kind of sounds like a bit of a political thriller. In March of 2002, while the eyes of the world are focused on Afghanistan, Jack Noble finds himself on the outskirts of Baghdad. I don't really like political thrillers. They'll Never Catch Us by Jessica Goodman. I've already read this book, and I know for a fact that it is on my read list. Oh wait, no. I was thinking of Dark and Shallow Lives. I have not read They'll Never Catch Us, but it is on my physical TBR. Leave that one. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I want to read this one. It's kind of giving Carvel vibes, and we all know how much I loved Carvel. Seeking Safety, first book in the Gateway to Chaos series by T.L. Payne. Massive cyber attack. Yes, post-apocalyptic.
EMP.
Yes, leaving that one. The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake, that's on my physical TBR. The Liar by Nora Roberts, on my physical TBR. Built to Last by Erin Hahn. Shelby Springfield spent the last 10 years trying to overcome her past. A former child star. That sounds kind of cute, actually. I'll leave that one. Kiss Now, Lie Later by C.W. Farnsworth. High school sports romance. Seems like a Wattpad book, and after the video I just filmed where I read published Wattpad books, I'm not in the mood to read a bad Wattpad book again. The Witches of Moonshine Manor by Bianca Marias. Mob tries to demolish the manor, but eyes turn to the witch in charge who confesses they've fallen behind on their mortgage payments. Oh, thankfully they get a bit of help from Persephone, a feisty TikToker.
Delete.
Despite the fact that we are in 2024, I don't want any mentions of like real pop culture in my books. A Familiar Stranger, A.R. Torrey. Such a quiet and ordinary wife and mother. Who will even notice what she's done? Nah. Delete. Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillier. She's arrested in her own bathroom, covered in blood. With a straight razor, she killed her husband. No, that's boring. The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. Heart is a martial okay, this is fantasy. No, this kind of looks a bit like a cozy fantasy, and I don't like cozy fantasy. I need the high stakes. I just caught sight of one of the ones that's further down. The Creek, book 2 in the summer suspense mysteries books by L.J. Ross. Delete, because it's not the first in the series. The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. I feel like I've heard a lot about this book. Yeah, nominated for Best Mystery and Thriller 2018. I'll leave this one. It's on Kindle Unlimited. The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine. Amber Patterson is fed up. She's tired of being a nobody. She deserves more. A life of money and power. Okay, no thriller needs to be 560 pages. That is so excessive. Graceling by Kristen Cashore. Katsa has been able to kill a man with her bare hands since she was 8. She's forced to work as the king's thug. No, I'm bored. Forever Home by Graham Norton. Where Do Secrets Live? Divorced teacher in a small town in Ireland. No, I kind of don't care. Partners in Crime by Alicia Rye. It's a romance, but then there's kidnappers, art thieves, and hackers. No. The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. Looking back on reading Love Theoretically, it was a little bit vulgar, but I'm gonna give Ali Hazelwood another chance. I think with maybe The Love Hypothesis or Love on the Brain. So I'll leave that one. We're not even gonna look at this one. It's Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Not my kind of book. I think that's where we're gonna call it quits for today. I've been filming for 35 minutes. So we started out today at 470 books on my Goodreads TBR, and we're ending with 438. Well, we deleted 32. That's not too bad. Not as many as I would have liked to, but I'm gonna need to film another one of these videos sooner rather than later. Can't wait another 6 months if I'm gonna be adding so many books like that. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up so that I know that you guys enjoy this type of content. Subscribe to my channel for more bookish content in the future. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.